So we're going to work on our through my window design. With this tutorial, you're going to see how normally I follow the same steps. You normally have 2 or 3 bags, depending on the design. You have step 1, step 2, step 3. And each bag has everything that you need. But we always start with a frame that is painted in the back. And then you're going to paint. Normally have paint and a brush. So we're going to paint the frame. I want you to play with the paint. Again, we're going to just paint that frame. It's a very similar color to the wood, but it's not the natural color of the wood. I always try to paint in one direction only. Could just go around the edges and then blend. These 2 colors blend very nicely. So let's say I want just that. I want my 2 colors blending. For blending, then you want to work wet on wet, okay? You see that? And I could do that all around my edge. Okay, this paint dries pretty easy. So see the area that we painted already? It's almost dry. Again, I'm not putting any thick coats of paint. Okay, so I'm going to, since I want wet on wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. Okay. Just have fun, try different things. It's your piece, your frame. This is the step that you're going to follow with all the designs. The first thing will be painting that frame. Okay, so see what I'm doing. I'm picking a little bit of the gold around the edge. And then because it's wet, it's blending. Maybe need to add a few more. Fold around the edge, making sure that I don't get any on this side or on the other side. Certainly a nice touch for that edge. See that? Okay, so I'm done painting my frame. One suggestion: this is a good brush. Wash it so you can reuse it. If you don't wash it, then it's not going to be able to have a second chance. But you could just wash it and reuse it. I want to make sure that you keep elements. I love getting dirty, so okay. So here's my edge, here's the back, and if we have any extra paint, you can save it there and insert in the back. You will let it dry for a little while. But I'm telling you, if your paint is not thick, and it normally dries pretty easy. Now that it's painted, okay, we are going to start working on the design. So let's look for the step 2 bag. We're going to see what's inside. And then we're going to start with the step 2. In your package, the step 2 has the sticky dots, has some layers of cutouts. And for this specific design, I added this, which will be helping you to create those layers, because we have so many areas with layers. It was easier to help you this way. So we have this, that one. So we have 5 pieces we're going to create, okay? The same steps will follow when you're creating any layer. If you want to change something in your layers, just make sure that the bottom piece of your layer is larger than the top piece of your layer. That will help you to make sure that the design looks great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the pattern that I have designed for you. This is the pattern that we have. And I have also named top, middle, and bottom. You should have about those designs inside your bags, if not very similar. So we're going to start with the middle layer, and I'm just going to place the objects on top of my shapes. If I see something that is not a circle but is this one, then I will just go ahead and put it there. The top layer. My top layer, let's see what else. Okay, so for example, let's do this one. I'm going to pick up this piece. I'm going to stick my sticky dot. I'm going to add my square. Sometimes I add pieces just to add dimension to the layers. Peel off and add my next piece. See how it looks like? Okay. To glue this piece to your frame, you will add one more sticky dot and peel it off. When you know where you want that piece, then you will stick it to that area. Again, this is your design, so you can add any layers or designs to any area of your frame. That's how I create my layers. Okay, so that will be the technique that we use every time we create layers, and that's how you use your sticky dots. Super handy. Getting to my last design, and I'm going to set them aside. I'm not going to glue them yet. I need to go to a step 3 before I put everything into my frame. So I'm done with my step 2, ready to put my designs inside the bag so they don't get misplaced, and let's put them aside. Okay, those are my ideas. You obviously can create your layers however you want. So let's see what is on this bag that has all the supplies for step 3. We have some tinted paper with beautiful word messages. Then we have some fabric. We have 2 bags, one with some tinted tags, and also we have ribbon and fiber and a handmade rose and satin. So let's attach these pieces and let's see what we're going to use for each item. So for the 2 that I have on my frame, I'm going to use my glue pen. I'm just going to add glue all around the edges and then secure on the frame and clean any excess glue that I have. So let's do that. You see how I'm covering all my edges and then a little bit in the center. So I have enough. I don't have see how I have covered all the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and place it on my frame. The next step will be to attach the fiber and the ribbon. I'm just going to tie this with a double knot. I'm going to tie the fiber on the bottom with a double knot to the front and then pin the silk flower to it, and then with the ribbon above I'm going to tie it with a double knot very tight on the back. So let's do that. It is time now to take those designs that we did on step 2, the layers, and attach them to your frame however you want. It's your design. Obviously I have added a picture in case you like to follow my design. And then we're ready for step 4. This is the last step and the one that goes in the center. So for that I'm going to remove the back part. You also have the little stick to stand in case you want to put this frame on a table instead of hanging it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as support for my paper and then build my layer and attach it back, and then voila, you got it. This is an altar frame. This is a mixed media technique. It's part of what we call collage in the family of alteration of an object, changing an object from what it was supposed to be first, which was a frame, a simple frame for a picture, changing it into like a canvas. And you are done. Congratulations, you finished your Through My Window project with the frame alteration. Beautiful piece.